This video is brought to you by the lovely sponsors below. Thank you so much for your support. Welcome, fellow masters. My name is Musaki from Chaldea Gurus, and it's time for another episode of Clairvoyance EX. This month's episode is for the month of July, and I can guarantee most of you will be excited to hear what exactly is coming our way. With the intro out of the way, let's just jump into it. First, we start with the big guns. We finally made it. We've reached the 3rd year anniversary. At the time of this recording, you will have received 30 Saint Quartz if you logged in on June 25th, and that is the birthday of FGO NA. However, we have received news that the 9th US broadcast is happening on July 6th, and we'll cover the anniversary in more detail. Thankfully, I'll tell you now exactly what you can expect on that very day. Like last year, this campaign comes in stages, and this year we have 10 stages to work with. The first are the Memorial Quests. They are back, but they have an added bonus. If you clear the Memorial Quest up to Babylonia, you get 2 exchange tickets that allow you to get 2 of 39 traveling outfit craft essences. The art is very good, fantastic even, and honestly I'm gunning for either the Ruler Martha one, it might be Ryder, but to me it's Ruler, or Brynhildr. Fantastic. Look at that hair, look at that, she's styling. But all of these are, no matter which ones you choose, it's fantastic. I mean, look at the stereos, look at the freaking backpack, it's so cool, so cute. I love it, absolutely love it. The Memorial Quests are almost exactly the same, but make sure you clear up to Babylonia, as I mentioned earlier, to get your 2 exchange tickets instead of 1. I know it's less art than it was last year, but trust me, wow, molto bene, all of these are very, very good. On top of that, we have down below here, all the Statesmen has returned with a rerun. Now, it's going to last about 2 weeks, give or take, however long the anniversary lasts for. And if you want to know details on that, we actually have a video that's coming out later in the week that goes over those fine, minor details. Next up, we have the Vinci's Workshop Renewal. We get the new craft essence, Be Graceful. A little nod to Be Elegant there, with Gordolf, and it is for Mystic Code experience, but with a twist. Normally, at 1 regular copy, it is 1% Mystic Code experience, and if you put this on a support, it is 3%. However, once you max limit break this craft essence, it is 5% and 15% when it's equipped on a support servant. So if you grab a support servant with this craft essence on it, and you add in, let's say, a maximum growing personal lesson that you happen to have, that is 25% Mystic Code experience. That is going to be very useful for Mystic Codes, like if you haven't completed Combat Uniform or the Arctic Uniform, which is absurdly powerful but also requires an absurd amount of experience. This is a very good craft essence to obtain, but it is the normal 1,000 mana prisms per copy. And there are other things in this Da Vinci's Workshop, at least for the anniversary, that I think you should definitely grab first. Those things being 10 more summoning tickets, 100 golden experience cards, and 30 attack and HP silver foes. Those are in addition to the normal Da Vinci Workshop items that resets at the beginning of every month. So the price for this is 10 mana prisms per ticket, 20 per 10 experience cards, and 5 per silver foe, and that is going to last for 2 weeks. It is a limited time. Highly recommend, if you want this, which I'm be surprised if you didn't, get these first and then slowly work on Be Graceful over time. The next thing they will also be doing is the Start Dash Renewal is getting an additional week. So already you're getting a whole bunch of stuff for the first 7 days of login, but you get an additional bonus for another week. That is way more Saint Course, that is way more experience, way more friend points, way more QP, way more summoning tickets, way more apples. That is absolutely fantastic. So honestly, this is great for new players. If you're just starting out, you're trying to find a good time, this is a good time. 14 days to log in, you get all this stuff. Very good, very good. definitely recommend that if you're new. The next up, we have our regular login bonus. It is 9 days now. These are consecutive, so please make sure that you do not break the streak. I, for one, don't normally care about my login streak. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but you don't want to miss this, because for the 9 days, you're going to get 10 million QP on day 1, 100,000 friend points on day 2, 10 gold experience cards on day 3, day 4 and 5, you're going to get 10 silver attack and HP foes, 100 mana prisms on day 6, day 7 and 8, you're actually going to get 1 golden foe for attack and HP. I really wish you'd give out more considering how little it gives, but that's another topic. And finally, for day 9, 10 summoning tickets. You got the 5, you got the 10, and this additional 10. 25 summoning tickets just for logging in, playing the game, and if you got some mana prisms to spare. I say that is very, very nice. So make sure, please, do not break that login streak. Get these bonuses, get the free stuff, please. Next up, we have the normal affair, the daily quests that are at half off for the moment, and that's all the daily quests in there. That means the training grounds, that means your door farming, that means your ember farming. All that is half off, as well as the triple great and super success when you're leveling up your servants and your craft essences. So this is the time for all those craft essences that you have to level up those servants, level up those craft essences, make some CE bombs if you got the time. This is really the time for all of that. The next thing is actually very nice. Our servant and craft essence storage is getting expanded. So now, instead of the max of 350 for servant and CE storage, it's going to be 450 plus 100, and it's also going to increase 100 spaces for expansions for the second archive if you spend the mana prisms for it. That's going to be very nice. I know I always run out of space when I'm rolling for friend point gacha, or if you see me being super salty rolling on stream. So it's going to be good to have an extra 100 spaces to take care of that. Next up, I know you guys like Saint Quartz. I love Saint Quartz. I need Saint Quartz for my salty streams. But I think Aniplex is slowly but surely understanding that we want more Saint Quartz, because now when you complete the Epic of Remnant chapters, you will be getting 10 Saint Quartz per chapter you complete. And there's 4 Epic of Remnants, so 40 Saint Quartz. If you haven't done that already, I think now you have a little more incentive to go ahead and beat these Epic of Remnant stories. If you're already beating them, boom, you're gonna get 40 Saint Quartz. Easy. Nice. But there's more. The login bonus is now being renewed, so your cumulative login bonus for the 100th day and every 50 days is now raised from 20 Saint Quartz to 30. And in addition to that, for all players that have logged in 100 days to 1,100 days, you're going to get an additional 10 Saint Quartz for every 50 days. That's looking at a max of 220 Saint Quartz. So that's a lot of Saint Quartz you're going to get if you logged in since the beginning. Even if you haven't, even if you missed a few days here and there, you're still getting over 200 Saint Quartz. This is absurd. So obviously, the longer you've been with us, the longer you logged in and been on this journey, you're going to get rewarded with a lot of Saint Quartz here. This is so very good. Very good change, especially when we got other things that we can roll for later on the line. But again, we will get into that in just a moment, because now we gotta talk about Servant Strengthening Quests, Part 9. So for the Servant Strengthening Quest Part 9, we have the normal affair. Instead of the 7 servants that are getting strengthening, we have 14 servants being strengthening here. And we're gonna do 2 a day, and we're gonna start with Arturia and Medusa for day 1. Arturia will finally get her battery skill that she so desperately needed. Not the best, but still way better than it was before. And Medusa gets her Noble Phantasm damage increase as well as additional effects. For day 2, we have Seno and Paracelsus with the upgrades. Seno gets her MP increase as well, and Paracelsus' gut skill gets the very much needed MP damage added to it. Very good for free-to-play players. Definitely recommend getting that done. Day 3, we're going to have Tamamo Cat and Sasaki Kojiro. And Tamamo Cat, her shapeshift skill now gives herself debuff immunity which is pretty nice. I don't say so myself. But it also increases our max HP for 3 turns. And for Kojiro, he gets the much needed MP damage increase, also giving that quick performance. It's great, phenomenal. Day 4, we're gonna have Ku and Ku. That's right, both Caster Ku and Lancer Ku get their Noble Phantasms increased, with Lancer Ku getting his death chance rounded up, as well as adding Ignore Evasion before activation and increasing the damage there, with Caster Ku adding a Buster performance up before activation, as well increasing the damage as well. For day 5, we have Nightingale and Blackbeard. Nightingale's Nurse of Steel skill gets a fantastic debuff immunity for 3 times or 3 turns added to it, as well as the very niche but still welcome instant death immunity for 1 time or 3 turns. And Blackbeard gets his MP upgraded with the additional damage increase but dropping 10 stars just for doing this Noble Phantasm. Day 6, we have Emiya Alter and Cursed Arm Hassan. Demia gets his Noble Phantasm upgraded, but Cursed Arm Hassan's Instinct skill gets hell buffed to drop 30 crit stars over the course of 2 turns if you max upgrade his skill. That's a lot of crit stars. Definitely very nice. And then we have Day 7, the Count of Monte Cristo, Edmond Dantes, and Ushiwaka. Edmond Dantes gets his upgrade with a damage inflicting curse and increasing curse damage by 100%, and Ushiwaka Tengu Art of War skill gets upgraded to increase quick performance for 3 turns, 10 to 20%. All of these buffs are great, absolutely great. So if you have these servants, don't hesitate to get started with the strengthening quests the moment that they are made available to you. But the good stuff just keeps on coming. The command codes have been added to FGO NA. Finally, one of the newer features added to this game. What is command codes? Well, simply put, masters here can actually engrave or attach these command codes, these crests, to the command cards. So you know your arch, your quick, your buster, you can attach these crests to the cards. They're like a craft essence for servants command cards. Very nice. The code will give special effects varying from increasing the star absorption rate, from healing when you attack, all sorts of things that will be very helpful to the servant. But right now, the command codes can be obtained in the friend point gacha, and you have to remember, when you attach a code to a card, it is only that one card. It's not all the quick, it's not all the arts, it's only the one card. So you'll need to do this 5 different times. You want to use all the cards. There's no command code attachment to extra attacks yet. So at this point, you may be wondering, how exactly can you get these codes onto the command card? Are they fairly easily? So the main thing that you're going to need is these code openers. You can get them from the Da Vinci's workshop, and as of now, for the anniversary, they're going to be 10 mana prisms for 1 of these items, and you can get them 3 times. But normally, there are 100 mana prism per code opener, and that is per card type. So you will need to be, if you want to use these command codes, you're going to need to use these very often. There are going to be more things, it's going to be draining more mana prisms for you. And if you get newer effects later, you need to get a code remover, which is 100 mana prisms here. Thankfully, the anniversary does give a command code release commemoration quest, where once you complete it, you get Lucky Beast, which heals 200 HP when you're attacking with it, as well as Arts, Buster, and Quick code openers. This is a new function, and I'm actually very happy to see it here. Just, you can go as deep as you want and be able to cover for some certain weaknesses if the code for it exists, and I guarantee you that this year is going to have quite a few good ones, specifically coming up in September. But for now, we end off on the gacha. After all these wonderful things, we come back to the gacha. We have the guaranteed SSR banner. What's the guaranteed SSR banner for the newcomers here? It is exactly as it says. A banner where you get a guaranteed 5-star, but it costs paid Saint Quartz. Now, normally, it is 30 paid Saint Quartz, but now, and from now on, it will be 15 paid Saint Quartz. A lot more affordable, way more affordable than it was previously. Now you can just get one packet. You don't have to go for the 40 packet because it only uses paid Saint Quartz, not free Saint Quartz. So none of the quartz that you'll be giving earlier for the logins, nothing that you get in for you complete a quest, you have to use paid. You gotta pay for these things. The best part about these paid gachas is that it's separated into classes. So before you had your cavalries and your knight classes, but now it's separated to sabers, archers, lancers, they get a banner, caster get a banner, rider get a banner, assassin get a banner, berserkers, they get a banner, extra gets a banner. Every single class, aside from the extra classes, we get bumped up, which in my opinion is a very good idea. They all get their own banner that you can roll for this GSSR. Now you might be wondering, what do I suggest you roll for? Well, if you want to find out, I will have a video later in the week that will explain my top 3 suggestions, my personal suggestions on which GSSR is the most worth it. I know you've seen a couple of videos out there, but this is my opinion. Don't you want to hear my opinion? Wink, wink. But that is not all. We have something else that we need to talk about. We have one more banner that is here, and that is the advent of the infamous Scathach Skadi, the quick meme made manifest. Her banner's finally here. It's been talked about for a while, whether you love her or whether you hate her. She is here to wreck your gacha, your wallets, and your friend lists. Now, I've already had my full-on thoughts for Scathach Skadi and how I personally think she is. The video is on the channel, so go ahead if you want. Check the links down below for an extensive talk about it, or you can click the I right now. Don't know which corner. If you want, you even have Scathach Skadi alongside other banners, but in my personal opinion, if you don't really need those other servants, you're gonna want to go for Skadi by herself. She does have one additional rate up by herself coming next year around Thanksgiving, but if you don't have money set aside for then, if you need her right now, guarantee you this is the time to go for it. She even has a trial quest. So if you want to try out for yourself, you want to see what type of character she is. I mean, if you beat Lost Belt 2, you know the type of character she is. But if you want to try it for yourself, you can. That trial quest is there, and you will get a summoning ticket that you can use to hopefully get Scathach Skadi. That's 26 summoning tickets now. You got it. Come on, they're throwing it at you. They're throwing it at you. They want you to spend it. It's great. The 3rd year anniversary is completely packed, and that is for the first couple weeks of July. But there is one more thing for the month of July that I believe that we will be getting. So before in the month of June, we were supposed to get the Deadheat Summer Race rerun. We did not get that because of the accelerated schedule that we were on, and we were definitely trying to make sure that Lost Belt 2 had its time before the 3rd year anniversary came around. So that means that the Deadheat Summer Race will be in the latter half of July. This will be your last chance to get the Rider Welfare Servant Ishtar, who has made my time farming doors a lot easier, especially because I don't have a Francis Drake sad face. But it'll also will be your chance to get Dive to Blue, your last chance. Now, for those of you who don't have any copies of Dive to Blue or who want an extra copy, remember, the shop only has 4. So you can only get 4, and the last one is going to be a random drop. So good luck with that one. But it is a very good craft essence, giving 50% starting Noble Phantasm gauge and increasing Art's performance. You're gonna want that Art's bread and butter. Talked about it before already. We'll continue to talk about it in another rerun video that will be happening later in the month of July. Be on the lookout for that, but also check the links down below if you're watching this in the future. Hello, future me. Hi. I'm doing okay. And of course, we have the gacha for that event, in which case, Caster being very good, Rider, Saber, Alter also being a good option, with reluctantly Raiko Lancer, despite how I think she looks, being a fantastic Lancer option, and Berserker Nobu will be another great 4-star option. If you haven't rolled for those servants and you want to roll for those servants, by all means, the Summer 3 is around the corner. And I believe for the month of August, their banners are going to demand your wallet's attention. But we'll go over that in August's episode. And with that, we are all done. I gotta know, what are you most excited for with all the news that you have just learned? Are you rolling for Skadi? Or are you saving those same scores for something else down the line? I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And if you want to see what me and the other gurus think about the live stream that's happening on July 6th, go ahead and follow us on our Twitch channel. We will be live on 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on July 6th. The links, as always, will be down below. Anyhow, my name is Musaki from the Chaldea Gurus, and we're logging out. See ya.